So what if the strategies you've used for, I don't know, 20 years to get seen online suddenly made you invisible? And I'm not talking about a small algorithm change here. We've been watching this staggering statistic, a 527% increase in sessions referred by AI.
Yeah.
That's not a new channel, it's a whole new reality. So you have to ask yourself, are you still playing by the old rules? Or are you ready for the new game?
Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we're digging into today. The new rules of visibility for 2026 in this new age of generative AI.
Yeah.
And the shift is, I mean, it's huge. Things like ChatGPT, Google's AI overviews, Perplexity,
Mm.
they're not just search helpers anymore. They're becoming the main way people find things.
Right. They're not just sending you traffic, they summarize, they synthesize the information, and a lot of the time the journey ends right there inside the app. So our mission today is to unpack that. We're going to break down 5 massive trends and a bonus one that are basically replacing traditional SEO as we know it.
And the main takeaway, the thing to really hold on to, is that success isn't about chasing links or keywords anymore.
It's about proving brand authority, real, verifiable expertise. So let's start with that first big trend.
Okay, so for 2 decades, it was simple. Link building was everything. The more sites that linked to you, the better you did. Quantity was king.
Mm-hmm.
That whole area is collapsing. Because an AI doesn't see a link as a simple vote of confidence. It sees it as a data point that, well, that can be easily faked.
So the AI isn't just like counting beans, it's making a judgment call. It's trying to figure out if your brand is actually trustworthy.
Exactly. It's building a real-time authority score.
And how does it do that? What goes into that score?
It's based on what the LLMs, the large language models, the AIs generating the text, can verify instantly. And they seem to look at 3 main things. First is source relevance. A mention in, say, Forbes or a major industry journal carries so much more weight than 100 links from random blogs.
So the quality of who's mentioning you is paramount.
Totally. Second, it looks at domain credibility and age. It checks your history. How long have you been around? Are you consistent? It's sniffing out the cheaters who just popped up yesterday.
And what's the third factor?
This one's really interesting. It's brand framing. How are you being talked about? Is your name just dropped in a list? Or are you framed as this solution, the expert?
The linguistic context.
Yep. And the S-Marsh SEO branding report just confirmed all of this. They found that brand reputation and those authoritative mentions, they're now way more important for AI visibility than just the raw number of links.
So the big action item here is to, shift your budget? Move resources away from old school link building?
Immediately. Start investing that time and money in citation building, getting mentioned as an expert in trusted publications, on podcasts and reports.
And managing reviews and social media sentiment becomes critical too, I imagine. A bunch of bad reviews could just tank that trust score.
It's a direct toxic signal to the AI, absolutely.
Okay, so since this judgment is happening in real time and it's basically a black box with zero transparency, how does an AI even quantify something as fuzzy as trust?
It uses semantic analysis to cross-reference high-authority signals and sentiment. It builds a live, aggregated brand reputation score.
That makes sense. And if trust is the foundation, then verifying who is creating that trusted content, that leads right into the next shift, doesn't it?
It does. Community platforms like Reddit and Quora, they're losing their power fast.
They used to be SEO gold.
They were. But the problem is manipulation. Bots, fake upvotes, coordinated campaigns. AIs are getting really, really good at spotting that noise.
The signal-to-noise ratio is just too low for them.
Exactly. So instead, the AI is prioritizing verifiable expertise. It's looking for published research, articles from people with clear, checkable credentials.
We saw that in the Contensify HQ report. It said AI is actively preferring content from verified experts over content that's, too full on community sites.
So the takeaway is pretty clear. Stop leaning on Reddit for your main strategy. Focus on publishing where authority is built in. Industry magazines, academic sites, that sort of thing.
And it's not just the content. You have to publicly establish your own credentials, your bio, your qualifications, so the AI can see not just what was written, but who wrote it.
The author matters just as much as the article.
So why are those credentials suddenly so much more important than, say, a comment with 1,000 upvotes?
Because AI trusts the verifiable qualifications of the writer more than anonymous upvotes from a crowd that can be easily manipulated. All right, now, trend 3. This one is, I think this is the most revolutionary. LLMs are becoming transaction endpoints.
This changes the entire goal. It used to be, get the click to my website. Now, The transaction can happen without the click ever happening.
Right. The big example was that partnership between OpenAI and Stripe back in September of 25. It allows for instant payments right inside of ChatGPT.
Wow. Okay, so walk me through that. A user asks for, what, the best headphones?
Yeah. Best noise-canceling headphones. The AI gives a summary of the top 3 options, and you can just buy one right there. Payment, shipping, everything. You never leave the chat.
You never even see the brand's e-commerce page.
Never. It's the same thing we saw with Instagram and Facebook, building in-app checkout. They want to keep you inside their world.
And that's the paradox, isn't it? We saw that huge 527% jump in AI-referred traffic, but the real story is that the AIs are becoming the destination themselves.
And that has huge implications. If the AI owns the sale, who owns the customer data? It creates this whole new layer of commerce.
So the action item is, you have to stop thinking of AI as just a referral source.
You have to treat it as a sales channel, a direct one. You need to optimize for those on-platform conversions.
Which means integrating with their commerce systems, like the Stripe one.
Yep.
And your old analytics won't even see these sales, will they?
Nope. You need entirely new systems for attribution.
So if the AI handles the whole sale, what happens to traditional website traffic and analytics? Traffic volume might drop, but the conversion channel just shifts to the AI platform, requiring totally new ways to track it. Sponsor. Okay, so if the LLMs are starting to own the sale, we all know what comes next. That brings us to trend 4. AI ads are about to take over everything.
Yeah, it's like history repeating itself, but on fast forward. Think back to the early days of Google ads.
Right. Paid ads slowly pushed all the organic results down the page.
And that's exactly the monetization wave that's hitting generative AI now. There's a lot of reporting that OpenAI is building its own ad platform for 2026. They're hiring sales teams, ad experts. They have to monetize all those queries.
And when the ads arrive, all that free organic visibility is going to shrink.
Immediately.
Yeah.
The brands that were winning in 2025 with great organic mentions are going to find themselves having to pay just to stay visible in 2026.
So the advice is to act now. Maximize your free visibility while you still can, and start earmarking, 10–15% of your ad budget to test these new platforms as soon as they launch.
Absolutely. Start testing Google's AI Overviews ads today. Get ahead of it.
But wait, given everything we said about brand trust, will those organic mentions still have value once the ad platforms are running?
Yes, organic trust is still the foundation, but you'll almost certainly have to pay for the premium placement on top of that trust.
Trend 5 is the one that, I have to admit, kind of keeps me up at night. The idea that voice-based AI search creates winner-takes-all markets, the monopoly effect.
It's so true. With Siri or Alexa or Google Assistant, it only gives you one answer. There is no second place.
None.
If you ask your smart speaker to order the best chicken sandwich nearby, it triggers one sale. There's no scrolling, no comparing options, one winner.
And that's exploding. Voice is being integrated everywhere, cars, wearables. Younger users just expect a single definitive answer.
Whoa. I mean, just imagine scaling that.
Yeah.
A single answer system for 1 billion queries a day. That's unbelievably disruptive.
So for brands, this is incredibly high stakes. It's not about being a good option anymore.
You have to be the answer, the definitive one.
So the takeaway is to start optimizing your content for those conversational, what's the best type questions, and test how you show up on voice assistants right now.
You have to.
So how can a brand actually ensure it gets picked as that single definitive answer?
It has to be seen as the most trusted, comprehensive answer for that entire topic, not just one keyword.
And that's a perfect lead-in to our bonus trend, the idea that keywords are, well, they're dead. It's all about topic coverage now.
Yeah, that 2023 strategy of optimizing one blog post for one keyword, that now looks like a low-quality signal to an AI.
It's funny, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself, making sure my content really covers the whole topic, the full user intent, and not just the one phrase I started with.
Right, because the AI is looking for complete topic coverage. If you want to be the authority on, say, email delivery, you can't just talk about sending emails.
You need to cover all the technical stuff, too.
All of it. SPF, DKIM, DMRs, list cleaning, security. The AI rewards that depth because it proves you're a real expert.
So the move is to stop counting keywords. You need to be building these big, comprehensive content hubs that show deep knowledge across a whole subject.
Instead of just thin, standalone posts?
Yeah.
And structure it clearly, with good headers, so the AI can read it easily.
What would you say is the single biggest mistake businesses are making with content right now?
Creating weak, single keyword content that fails to cover the topic completely. It just shows they're skimming the surface. So let's bring this all together. The core plan is this. Shift your focus from links and keywords to building real, verifiable authority through mentions in trusted places.
And remember that AI isn't just sending you traffic anymore, it's a direct sales channel.
Your visibility strategy has to be comprehensive, covering entire topics, and it needs to be dominant, because in voice search, winner takes all.
The message is pretty clear. Adapt fast or you're going to become invisible.
That's it.
The stakes are just so high, especially because, as we said, this AI is making these real-time judgments about your brand's authority with zero transparency. We don't get to see the score. So here's a thought for you to take with you. If voice search really does create these monopolies where only the best answer gets chosen, what happens to smaller, excellent brands? Think about the economic impact of being permanently hidden by an algorithm that is designed to pick just one winner. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Go check out your AI visibility score. Now's the time before it's too late. How TRO Music.